All right, hey, what's going on, Krystelle? I basically went through and I made a lot of adjustments to your program, but I just don't want you to not know what happened. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this video as like brief as possible, so you can understand exactly what changes I made to your code. So pretty much, let's look at your original code to begin with. Let me close this out. So for your original code, you have your all your functions. Like here's your function prototypes. You have all that like towards the beginning of your main method. So here's your addition one. Here's your subtraction one, and as you can notice, you just kind of copy and pasted it over because you were testing out your functions. Um, when I was going through and kind of like updating your program, it did confuse me for a little bit. So some of the changes I made was to try to fix that, but it wasn't until later I figured out that you just copy and pasted most of this the addition portion. So a lot of your code is right before, and here's your display menu portion. Obviously, you're returning an int. There's no function arguments for anything. Bool, you return back a bool. You have a number as a argument, and then starts your main. So most programming people, what they do is, I'm gonna show you right here. What most people do is, for example, let me go back a little bit. So it's pretty much the exact same way it starts out, but I literally changed all your function prototypes to this. So this is literally just kind of declaring that you have a function. And so as you can see, a lot of the constants that happened because I was really trying to figure out what the problem was. So I started using a bunch of different tactics that you might not know, like static, constant, void, static. The program works perfectly now, so I don't want to change it. Plus, you should know this stuff anyways. But obviously, for your display menu, I passed a string. For your is valid, I passed a char. And for your number of tries, I passed result, answer, and student choice, I think, whatever. So, or attempts. That's what I passed in here. So let's see. So as soon as you go down, you're right into the main method. So you begin the main method, and when you go down, here's your switch case. Let me zoom in a little bit. So your switch case, and you had like a boolean type is valid method. It's still in the program. I just don't use it. It's initialized and all that, but I just haven't used it. Instead, I changed it to while student choice is greater than the number 6, or student choice is less than number 1. Print out the error, and then student choice equals display menu. So it goes ahead and it tries to initialize this portion again. So then we get our switch statement going. Obviously, you got the addition, you got the subtraction, multiplication, division. Case number 5, when you quit, and your default one. And then this is portion I changed over here. If student choice does not equal 5, so while it doesn't equal 5, would you like to solve another problem? But if it does equal 5, I think it definitely breaks right away. This only happens if it doesn't equal number 5. So, and then I added this new variable select, just for to separate, kind of like just some processes, just for like, because it made it easier for me to work with. And then while student choice did not equal 5, system.pause. I don't think you necessarily need that, but I do. This is actually something I learned senior code, so I might use it in my code in the future. But then boom, we get the return 0, and we're at the end of the main method. So as you can see, you really didn't have to scroll down that much, and you already have your whole main method cleared up. And then we start our function declarations. So from here, you're gonna see me go ahead and show you what changes I made. So here's the addition. Obviously, you have your function variables. One thing in the future I could recommend is you necessarily don't need to have all these repeated. Like you have it here, and then you go subtraction, it's the same ones. You go here, it's the same ones. You could have literally just passed them as arguments only one time. But I understand like maybe this is a little bit simpler for you at this time, and obviously random, percent times max. You did the max minus min plus 1. That didn't make sense. You literally just got back to the same number. And I realized for random, what you need to create is sran, and you have to set time to 0. At first, I commented out on that first program I updated for you, but then I had to look more into it because it kept giving me the same random number. It wasn't so random after all, so I had to switch it to time because the time is changing all the time. So every time you run it, it runs a different random number. It's kind of complicated to get into, but that's how it basically works. And then this portion right here, I basically commented out answer. I really don't need this. I can go ahead and move that, get that out, because instead I created a number tries. I could have named it num attempts, but I just named it num tries, result, attempts, answer. So if we just go look at this real quickly, so it says you selected addition, prints new lines, input your answer, go ahead and you print out the number, the random numbers you got, and then it's going to ask for an answer, but it doesn't ask for the answer until you get into the num tries. So num tries is probably one of your most important programs that I made for you. Obviously there's no function variable, so we can get rid of that. Just clean it up a little bit, so 3 chances. So while attempts does not equal 3, C in the answer. So this is where I moved in the C in part. So then test for correct answer. If answer equals result, and as you can see, the result is something we passed. So what happens is this is directly referencing this, which is in addition and subtraction and multiplication and division. So excellent, you are correct. And then this is, I had to fix this up a little bit. The while loop you had, I think this was an else if. It wasn't correct, so I had to like mess with this a couple times, and I moved a attempts to the front, and then plus plus just means that, you know, it increments before it gets to this number. If it was after, that means it prints out this number, then it says plus, it increments. So 3 minus 1 if attempts equals the number of attempts. So I gave you 3 attempts to do. Review your notes, end of all function declarations. So, and then I just went through from this portion right here. Well, actually no, I just kind of showed you. So as you can see, your whole main method is at the very bottom, and to get to the top you have to go through all these functions. So it's actually not proper programming, but I understand you're still a beginner. I just want to help you out for future classes and such. So display menu, I picked that instead of changing it in choice, return choice, which initializes student choice. So yeah, hopefully you're keeping up with what I'm saying. I just kind of cleaned it up. Like, I think I comment pretty good, so I commented it like this. Like, I know this is connected to this, but when it was like directly shoved underneath there, it was kind of confusing me, so I just kind of, I use these as breaks, but to let you know it's connected to the whole part as well. So everything has a num tries argument. Close that up a little bit. Display menu, num tries, close that up, and then so you got the multiplication going on, you got the division going on over here. Like I said, this was all addition before, so it was very confusing me. So, but I finally figured it out, and I was like, oh man, it was right underneath my nose. I didn't even figure it out. So, and then subtraction, randoms, all that's correct. Yeah, so, and then the addition, and then you put a line underneath, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, so function declarations, it pretty much starts here, and then I let you know when the main method ended, so end of main method. And then hopefully you should go through this program, but it works absolutely perfectly, in my opinion. So we can actually check it out now. So please enter your name. So we're going to enter the name Bruce Banner because the text is green. So it says, welcome Bruce Banner to Math Tutor. Please select one of the following options. Obviously this kind of just, this portion right here, please select one of the following options. I'm trying to highlight. It was actually like right back here, right after this portion, and the text wrap was horrible. So what I did was I just, right over here, as you can see, I just added a %n, so it just takes it to the new line. So please select one of the following options: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or quit. So we're gonna do all of them just so you can see everything works perfectly. So addition number 1. You selected addition, so obviously the answer is 155. I'm just going to mess it up and say 156. Sorry, that is not correct. Please try again. So now you have 2 more attempts left. So let's say we get it right this time. So what did I say the answer was? 155. Excellent, you are correct. So that works perfectly. And then it says, would you like to solve another problem? So let's go ahead and do another problem, but we'll switch categories. So we did addition to begin with. So, and then it says, welcome Bruce Banner to Math Tutor. Please select one of the following options. We're going to go ahead and we're going to press subtraction this time. And, oh, another thing is, as you can see, it tells you the amount of attempts it took you to solve it. So you are correct, and it took you 2 attempts to solve it. And then input your answer. So 57 minus 90. Okay, that's actually pretty cool because now we're going to get a negative number. So let me do 57 minus 90 equals negative 33. But let's just put in 33 and see what that says. Sorry, that is not incorrect. Please try again. Let's say we messed up even more. We said 150. Sorry, that is not correct. Please try again. You have 1 attempt left. Say I just put 2. Boom. Sorry, that is not correct. Please try again. You have 0 attempts left. The correct answer was negative 33, which is exactly what we knew it was going to be. But review your notes and try again. Would you like to solve another problem? Alright, let's go ahead and try multiplication. So I entered multiplication and it says input your answer. So let's go ahead and do it right on the first time. 83 times 50 equals 4150. Boom, excellent, you are correct. Took you only 1 attempt. Would you like to solve another problem? Let's go ahead, press yes. Now the division portion is kind of weird. So you selected division. Okay, so that's cool. Within this test, I found a bug. It's not supposed to say plus. So why don't we go through and we figure out how to debug real quickly. So I go down to division and I figure out what portion was not right. Okay, so I didn't fix up this part right here. So you selected division. Now, how I can fix this is, so the code that you wrote earlier, let me pull that up. And then, so in front of you, I can show you exactly how I debug. So, boom, I open this up right here. This is the email you sent me. It's actually not that. This is the original one you sent me. I have to go to the tutoring one I sent you, so then I go straight to division. And if you're wondering how I'm zooming in and out, all you have to do is hold control and then scroll in, scroll out. So really comes in handy. I use it all the time. So there we go. So now we're going to go to division. So where exactly did we need to pick up on? So see and answer. Like I said, I didn't need that there, so I just got rid of it. I just go ahead, copy from here to here, I guess, and then control C. We'll switch right back over to this part. We'll go here and we'll put control V. User inputs an answer. You select the division, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, whatever. Here we go, and that should solve it. But we're basically gonna head and try out this program anyways, because we should go ahead and just finish it up. So it says input your answer. So even though it says division, let me go ahead, add 884. Boom, sorry, that's not correct. Please try again. So obviously the reason it said that is because I had already made these adjustments up here, but I just didn't finish out this part right here. So the formatting was wrong, but the answer should be the right one. So 876, let's do 876 divided by 8 equals, so the answer should be 109.5, right? So I'm gonna put in 109.5. Hold on, hopefully you can see that correctly. Let me just minimize the screen size. There you go. Hopefully that's okay. And so 109.5. So we already know the program's gonna mess up anyways, so because it is messed up, I'm gonna add actually not yet, let's do 109. I know it should be 109.5, but obviously because it's an integer variable, whatever the remainder is, it doesn't matter if it's 0.9 or if it's 0.2, it's gonna get truncated. So there's no rounding that happens. So 109, boom, you're right. Excellent, you are correct. Would you like to solve another problem? So let's press yes, but instead let's press quit. So let's see what happens when we quit. Thank you, Bruce Banner, for using this program. Please use this again if you need any more practice. So now that we've made our adjustments right here, let's just go ahead and press the rerun button. And so go ahead, zoom in. Please enter your name. Let's go with Peter Parker this time. And welcome Peter Parker to Math Tutor. Please select one of the following options. And we're going to go ahead and go back to division. Press that. You select the division. Obviously now it's printing out properly, as you can see. So 122 divided by 2, if I could do it off the top of my head, should be 11. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Should be 61. Excellent. You are correct. Attempts 0. So last time we pressed yes, and then we went to number 5. Let's just go ahead and press no, see what that does, and it immediately goes to thank you Peter Parker for using this program. Please use it again if you need any more practice. So the reason that printed out is because I know some of your code was repeating, but the reason it didn't repeat this time is because of this part right here. It says, see, would you like to solve another problem? I pressed no. So then cn.select, which is a char. This is a char that I created right up here. I just added it underneath student choice. So then I just go ahead and print out your original statement, which is actually written right here in case number 5, if somebody went ahead and pressed 5 instead of not. But this only goes up to problem number 4. I mean, choice number 4. So then after that, we print that out. Then we just break out of the loop. That breaks us out of this area. So we go from here, we jump over here to straight to finish the program. So that's pretty much the gist of all the changes I made. As you can see, I made a little bit more changes in front of you. Now, just because you're here, I want to go ahead and show you exactly what IDE I use. So the IDE I'm using right now is called C-Lion. C-Lion is this one right here. So I use C-Lion along with IntelliJ for Java and then PyCharm for Python. And the way you can get it is just go to googlechrome.com. Actually, I had to download that right now for something else, but whatever. So go to your right here and type in JetBrains. So JetBrains is where you're going to get the C-Lion IDE for. It's really good. I definitely think you should check it out. So press JetBrains, and the cool thing about JetBrains is if you have a student email, everything that's on this website you get for free. So you can get the Java version, the IntelliJ I was showing you, for free, but it's a community edition. It doesn't have all the tools. But if you have a student email, like obviously you have an RCC email, you get this for free. All you have to do is just make an account, and then you have to go through certain things, and I think special offers for, so you go to special offers and you press for students and teachers free. So you go ahead, press learn more. That'll teach you everything you need to do. So basically, you put your email in, they send you an email, you verify the email, and then you can start downloading everything for free. So, but from there, they have all sorts of stuff like WebStorm, that's pretty much JavaScript. Ruby is a programming language. PHP is a programming language. Go was created in 2009. I hear that's getting pretty popular. So yeah, but the best one you want is C-Lion, so eventually you can download it. I'm gonna go ahead and sign into mine just so you can see what would happen. And shit, that's not correct. Oh, okay, I know why. Because I'm not using the right email. And that still did not work. Let's figure this out right now. Oh shit, let's go here again. And for some reason it's just not working. Please confirm your bot. Okay, I typed in another password. Shit, still does not work. But you get the point. I'll go ahead and reset my password and all that in a minute, but actually I need to show you how to do this, because you need to upgrade to a new IDE. I just think so. I heard Eclipse is pretty good too, but I really haven't checked that out, so I can't tell you if Eclipse is good or not. So here we go. I just got the email real quickly. I'm just gonna reset this so you can see it. So I'll just go ahead and enter my new password. Sorry, I got to do this right now, but this is pretty important, so I suggest you be able to see this. And if you have any more questions, definitely do let me know. I have no problem helping you out. It's probably so easy. What the bit? Alright, let's try something else. Alright, there we go. Okay, cool. So I quickly just reset real quickly. So as soon as you log in, it takes you to this area, licenses. And obviously it says valid through December 16, 2021. So I only have a year to use it, but that year is more than enough time for me to maybe save up $200 to buy this stuff. So whatever. And yeah, so you just go ahead and press anyone. You can press C line and then download it right away. So yeah, I like IntelliJ a lot. I mean, not IntelliJ, C random. So once again, this is how it is. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can view your code. Like you could put it into like a floating thing. You could zoom in and out of that. Other cool features about this is here's your projects on the side. You might have to watch a YouTube video on it, but just look up in YouTube how to download C Line and make your first application. I don't know what IDE you use right now, maybe Notepad or whatever. But yeah, so then you could even change the colors of this. So I'll just pick a random one. So you see how it changes like this. This one pretty much kind of looks like what we already had. Let's do Night Owl. So yeah, so now we could change to this. We can change to light colors too. So the original ones you get look like this. A lot of people like this one, I believe. And then obviously you can, this is one I used a lot too because I just look pretty cool. Zoom in and out, all that. Let me close that up. And then yeah, you can even have like light colors on there. So like this, whatever your cup of tea is. But yeah, hopefully this video didn't drag out too long, and hopefully I was able to teach you how to use your code as soon as possible. I just realized the video is like 20 minutes long. Sorry for that. I get kind of ranty when I'm doing this stuff, but I wanted you to know this as clear and concise as possible, because obviously I don't want to just code it for you and you not know how to code it or how to explain it or how to alter it, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this to my GitHub and send it to you on Instagram. Alright, peace out.